The information contained in this statement remains under investigation, and I bring it forward in order to assist the Commission and for the Commission to determine whether it necessitates further direction by the Commission.
Thank you. Yes, please continue to paragraph 7 under the heading Engagement with the Complainant.
Paragraph 7 reads as follows. In December 2025, I was conducting investigations in the Eastern Cape when I was contacted by Mr. Neil. Mr. Neil was a director in the Department of Community Safety in the Eastern Cape. He was responsible for community police relations and is known to me as we had previously worked together on some criminal matters. Mr. Neil explained that he has been approached by a Mr. Asif Habib Muhammad, who is a Pakistan national. If I may add there, he has an RSA identity document, who complained that he, along with other Pakistani shop owners, were being extorted by a law enforcement officer. Mr. Neil further informed me that Mr. Asif Muhammad had been assaulted by the same law enforcement official earlier in 2025, and that despite laying a criminal complaint, Mr. Asif Muhammad had not been assisted. I agreed to sit down and talk to Mr. Asif Muhammad. In December 2025, an initial meeting was held between Mr. Neil, Mr. Asif Muhammad, members of the tactical response team, and I. At that meeting, Mr. Asif Muhammad informed me that he had been assaulted by his landlord, which is Mr. Sunil Belachan, on the 27th of September 2025. He explained that his landlord was a law enforcement officer and a member of Idac. He said that during the assault, Mr. Belachan had punched him, leaving him with a bloody nose, loose teeth, and torn clothes. He provided a photograph he had taken of himself, displaying the injuries he said had been caused by the assault. This photograph is attached as X1.
Thank you, Witness N. I'll just place on record that Annexure X1 appears on page 1 of your Annexure bundle. We won't flight that visual, but just for you to confirm that that is the image that was provided to you, page 1 of your annexures.
Indeed, it is, Commissioners.
And perhaps for completion, can I inquire why in paragraph 10 that initial meeting was attended by members of tactical response team as well?
Commissioners, because I am always accompanied by members of combat, which happened to be the tactical response team on the day.
Thank you, Witness N. You are at paragraph 11 on page 3.
Paragraph 11, Mr. Asif Muhammad explained that on the same day of his assault, he went to the East London police station and laid a criminal charge against Mr. Belachan for assault with the intent to cause grievous bodily harm. He further explained that on the same day, he received a telephone call from someone who said that they are calling from the East London police station. While he was still speaking to that person, Mr. Belachan could be heard shouting that Mr. Asif Muhammad must come back to the police station and that my police will deal with you. That is quoted from what he actually said.
Thank you, Witness N. Please proceed.
Paragraph 13. Mr. Asif Muhammad shared that later that day he received an SMS from Mr. Belachan informing him that a case of fraud in the amount of 400,000 rands had been opened against him by Mr. Belachan. Mr. Asif Muhammad explained to me that he had lived at a property belonging to Mr. Belachan, believing that he would be safe living at a property belonging to a policeman. Instead, he was further subjected to more demands for money, and that he witnessed the delivery of suspicious goods to the property, such as televisions, etc. I then cautioned Mr. Asif Mohammed that the information he was providing with regards to an official had to be verified. Upon being presented with this information, I elected to go to the East London Police Station and ask the branch commander to uplift the dockets. In the usual course, if a member of the public approaches me with such information, I would either advise them to go to the police station and report the crime, or I would commence a preliminary investigation myself. In this case, however, Mr. Asif Mohammed had already laid a complaint, and he informed me that since opening the case in September, he had never been contacted by a member of the SAPS. I then decided to approach the branch commander for the East London Police Station and explain the situation to him. He gave me permission to uplift the dockets and make copies. I in turn undertook to update the branch commander in the event that my investigation yielded any developments. When I turn over to the paginated 5, I took it upon myself to make further inquiries as the matter involved possible police corruption, which I am empowered to investigate. This gives a member of the public an anonymous route to report information about potentially criminal conduct by a police officer, staff member, or volunteer.
Witness N. Witness N.
Pardon?
When you say in paragraph 19 that you took it upon yourself to make further inquiries, and you say at the end of the sentence, that this is something which you are empowered to investigate. Please expand on that and explain what you mean by empowered to investigate.
When I say empowered to investigate, commissioners, I mean that since I am in the anti-corruption unit, we look into the abuse of entrusted power or authority for personal, financial, or potential gain, and also that corruption undermines the rule of law and erodes public trust in institutions. I am under anti-corruption, and a police officer, so I am empowered to do so.
Okay, please proceed. You are at paragraph 20 on page 5.
I also took steps to verify the information that I received from Mr. Asif. In particular, I contacted a law enforcement who I was informed had resided in the same property belonging to Mr. Billiton. I spoke to him in order to seek further information about the property and left my contact details with him. On the 22nd of December 2025, I was contacted by Mr. Billiton via a WhatsApp call and text making me to understand who he was. The WhatsApp texts are attached as X11. He communicated with me using the number.
You don't need to read the number, that's right, yes. You can continue with the sentence.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Which is the same number that Mr. Asif Mohammed has registered as Sunil.bro on his phone.
And before we witness in, before we go to the annexure that you reference in paragraph 21, please explain to the commission why you received a phone call on the 22nd of December from Mr. Beluchan. Why did he telephone you?
Remember, commissioners, I had proceeded to the law enforcement officer above on paragraph 20. So when I left, I had left my details with him. And I believe Sunil might have been contacted by the individual, and then he took it upon himself to confirm or to inform me of what he did.
Thank you. And if I could ask you to go to page 2 of your annexure bundle, page 2, that is annexure X 1.1.
X 1.1, I'm there.
Yes, and please describe what is that image we are looking at there.
It is an extract of a WhatsApp communication between Sunil Balachan and myself.
And you confirm that there is a telephone number right underneath that name?
That is correct.
Correct. Could I then ask you to turn to page 55 of your annexure bundle, page 55? That's under annexure X7, which we will get to later, but please go to page 55.
I'm there, Commissioners.
Thank you. And so when you say in your paragraph 21 that he communicated with me using the same number, which is the number that Mr. Asif Mohammed has registered as Sunil Bro on his phone, are you referring to the image
Yes, Commissioners.
on page 55?
This image is that of Mr. Asif, and this is how he has saved Mr. Sunil Balacham, and it is the same number that also refers to the same number that I saved differently, though.
Thank you, Witness N. You can then proceed to paragraph 22, please.
I thereafter managed to obtain both dockets. The assault case where Mr. Asif Mohammed is the complainant is registered as per East London CAS 436 of 9/2025 and is attached as X2. The fraud docket where Mr. Balachan is the complainant is registered as East London CAS 433 of 9/2025 and it is attached as X3.
Proceed to paragraph 23.
Upon obtaining the dockets and considering the contents, I noted that the assault docket was closed as undetected. Commissioners, if you may just note, it says that just a week later, but I have amended to say just 2 weeks later because it's not the 3rd. In fact, it's the 9th of October 2025 that the docket was filed undetected.
And for further clarification then, could you go to page 4 of your annexure bundle? That's annexure
Yes,
X2, correct?
That's correct.
Correct. And that is the East London CAS 436, which you are referring to. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioners.
That's the assault docket where Mr. Mohammed is the complainant.
That is correct, Commissioners,
And-
of which at the bottom left is the stamp dated the 9th of October 2025.
And the stamp is what reads as undetected, is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Ms. O, on that same page, in the middle, it seems to record the nature and description of offense. You see where I'm reading, where I'm looking?
I do, Commissioner, yes.
Yeah. What is that? What does it say?
The nature and description of the offense is abbreviated ASSGBH, which refers to assault with grievous bodily harm.
With intent to do grievous bodily harm.
Pardon, thank you, Chairperson, with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, yes.
Thank you, Witness N. While still on page 4, would you please read, you've just described to the commissioners what the nature and description of the offense is. Do you see the column right on the right of that titled Crime Code?
That is correct.
And the column immediately to the right of that titled Nature of Property/Injuries?
Yes, Commissioners.
Could you read what is filled out underneath there, please?
It is written loose teeth and bleeding nose.
Thank you, Witness N. You are now at paragraph 24 of your statement on page 6.
Yes, Commissioners. I met with Mr. Asif Mohammed and updated him on these developments. He was disappointed with the outcome and shared more information with me about the background of his relationship with Mr. Billichen, with the hope that he could still seek justice. In January 2026, he prepared a statement which I attach as X4.
You can proceed.
The upshot of this statement,
Please proceed, witness.
the upshot of this statement is that he arrived in South Africa in 1998 as an undocumented immigrant from Pakistan. In order to survive, he started a small shop and where he sold wares in East London along with other Pakistani nationals. Sometime during the year 2000, he was pulled over by Mr. Billichen for driving without a license. Mr. Billichen demanded a bribe from him and he paid it. A few months thereafter, Mr. Billichen began extorting money from Mr. Asif Muhammad as well as other Pakistani shopkeepers in the area. Mr. Billichen did so because he knew that many of them were undocumented immigrants or that they were operating businesses without permits. They paid him so as not to be raided by the police. He had borrowed money from Mr. Billichen at exorbitant rates, and even after paying Mr. Billichen back, Mr. Billichen continued to demand more money from him. He also explained that Mr. Billichen participated in unlawful activities, such as selling counterfeit cigarettes, and that Mr. Billichen had assisted some Pakistani nationals to obtain fraudulent South African identity documents in exchange for money.
Witness in. Witness in.
Yes, okay.
Yes, you reference annexure X4 in paragraph 25.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Could you turn to page 27 then of your annexure bundle?
Yes, I'm there.
And please confirm that that is the affidavit of Mr. Asif Muhammad, whose contents you refer to in paragraph 26.
Affirmative, Commissioners. This is the affidavit.
Thank you.
May I proceed with the statement?
Yes, witness in, you are now on page 7, paragraph 27.
Mr. Asif Muhammad further shared with me that Mr. Billichen routinely exploited other Pakistani nationals who were desperate for money. He introduced me to two of his acquaintances who provided statements in support of this. I'm not going to read the name.
Yes, please do not read the name, and we've redacted those, but please just continue with the content of your statement there.
Okay. The particular individual prepared a statement where he shared details that he borrowed 20,000 Rand from Mr. Billichen at interest of 3,000 Rand per week. Mr. Explained that he gave his car to Mr. Billichen to keep until he repaid the loan. When the guy was unable to repay the loan, he contacted Mr. Billichen, requesting the car back so that he can sell it and repay him. But Mr. Billichen refused and instead sold the car himself and kept all the money. His statement is attached as X5.
Can I ask you at that juncture, witness N, to please go to annexure X5? It is on page 30 of your annexure bundle. Page 30.
Yes, that is the statement.
And can you confirm? Thank you.
Confirmed. Another individual prepared a statement confirming the above account of the guy who sold the vehicle, who gave the vehicle back, and his statement is attached as X6.
Please turn to page 32 of your annexure bundle and confirm that that is the
Yes.
statement you are referencing in paragraph 27.2.
I do confirm that is the statement.
Please proceed, witness N.
In that same engagement, Mr. Asif Muhammad explained to me that he fears for his life as Mr. Belochan regularly demands money from him and that he has received WhatsApp text from Mr. Belochan asking him to pay his money back or else he will kill him.
And witness N,
He shared-
what did you understand as with reference to the statement that Mr. Belochan regularly demands money from him? Why was money being demanded from Mr. Asif Muhammad?
I understood this to be some kind of a protection fee, Commissioners, that Mr. Belochan was extorting from this individual.
And your basis for that understanding stems from?
It stems from the provided bank statement from the victim, which depicts regular payments, weekly or 2 days apart or 3 days apart of exorbitant amounts.
Witness N, perhaps before we go to those bank statements, in the paragraph immediately thereafter, in paragraph 29, you deal with the issue of the WhatsApp conversations. Perhaps address that paragraph and then let's continue from there, please.
He shared a printout of the WhatsApp conversation, which I attach as X7. A reading of the messages reveals a pattern of Mr. Belochan repeatedly demanding money from Mr. Asif Muhammad, and threats to him are highlighted. He also provided bank extracts.
Witness N, before we get to paragraph 30, you reference Annexure X7 in paragraph 29. You see that?
X7, yes, I do.
Could I ask you to go to page 33 of your annexure bundle, page 33?
Yes, I'm there, Commissioners.
And where did you source this document?
It was Mr. Asif Muhammad himself who gave me this printout
Thank you.
from his cell phone and the conversations between himself and Sunil.
And witness, and this document is quite a voluminous document, but in certain places, certain aspects of the document have been highlighted. I'll take you, for example, to page 46.
Yes. Where it says, I will kill you.
The pink highlight on page 46.
That is correct.
Do you see the date there? Could you read the date and the time?
The date is the 21st of August, 2025 at 17:25.
And the sender of the message is?
It is written Sunil.brew.
And this is the individual the screenshot that you referred to earlier on page 55.
That is correct.
And in your witness statement, you indicate that this is an extract provided to you by Mr. Asif Muhammad of his WhatsApp chats with Mr. Belochan. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And who presented this highlight in the texts? Who made these markings in the WhatsApp chats?
When Asif pointed out, I then highlighted as he pointed out because I did ask him to show me when exactly and where does he state certain averments were made.
And so if in your reference in paragraph 29 to saying that there was regular demands of money and threats to him are highlighted, those are the highlights you referred to here.
Yes, Commissioner.
So if we turn to page 49, for example, page 49 of your annexure bundle.
49. Yes.
There is a highlight there in the middle of the page.
I see that, which is the 11th of September, 2025.
And please read what the message says and who is the sender according to your understanding?
The message is written at 1623 by Sunil Brew, and it says, "My people are looking for you."
Thank you, witness N. There are numerous continuations of the highlights that you've indicated you made. And when you were presented with the extract of this communication, what did Mr. Asif Mohammed say the purpose was? What did he intend to show you by providing these WhatsApp chats to you?
He wanted to prove that the reason for him to fear for his life by the threats made by an enforcement law officer, and that he claims to be killing him, with the threats amounting with it escalated towards the violence that was promised to him.
And on that score, could you turn to page 53 of that Annexure X7, page 53?
I'm there.
And do you see the highlighted text on page 53?
I do, yes.
Could you read the first highlighted text into the record?
The first is on the 26th of September 2025 at 11:24. Sunil Bro text, "Dies, comma, your crook bastard."
And the next,
And
the next highlight?
the next highlight, it's still on the 26th of September 2025 at 11:32, where Sunil Bro text, "You must die in the streets. You are rotten. Muslim bastard. God knows you are a crook. You a crook. That's why you suffer. You," I don't know, I cannot.
Thank you, witness N. Thank you. And that date of the 26th of September 2025, that date is one day before the assault that Mr. Asif relayed to you he was the victim of. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, before both cases were opened, including the fraud that was opened by Sunil.
Witness N, you are now, he was the victim of. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, before both cases were opened, including the fraud that was opened by Sunil.
Witness N, you are now, let's go back to your witness statement. At the bottom of page 7, you deal with the issue of the bank statements at paragraph 30.
He also provided bank extracts showing the transaction between himself and Mr. Billichin, and I attached this as X8.
Could we please go to Annexure X8 in your Annexure bundle? It starts on page 56.
Yes, I am there.
Could I ask you to explain how you sourced this document and what it is?
Mr. Asif Mohammed explained that he has a Capitec account, of which he gave the account number, and when I asked him for the transactions, he then brought along this printout, which is from his bank app.
And so if we turn to page 57 of Annexure X8, could you explain what that is? At the top of the page is a blue box. Could you read the content of that? It says pay
57
beneficiary.
Commissioner
Yes.
depicts the account number that Asif stated to be of Sunil Billichin business account for Nedbank.
And how would one interpret the figures below there?
There's a total which is written on top, and he states that is the transaction he made to that account, which amount to 203,099 rands, 0.88 cents.
And the entries beneath that?
Those are the transactions that are made with those dates.
And witness N, if we turn over to page 58,
Yes, Commissioners.
and please explain what is the content of that blue box at the top of the page, as well as the information beneath that.
That blue box, Commissioners, depict the account of Sunil Belichan, which is his normal account that was given to Asif Muhammad by him. So he had two different accounts, one business account and this one, but both of them are net bank.
And the transactions beneath that?
And below that, the total of the transactions made is 84,000 rand, 300.
And witness N, the bank statements provided are also quite comprehensive. I won't take you through all of them. I'll ask you to draw some observations based on the entries themselves. If I ask you, if you could please turn to page 61 of Annexure 8.
Yes.
Thank you.
I am there.
Do you see that there are certain markings on the page?
That is correct.
Could you please explain to the Commission what those markings indicate, what relevance they have?
As he submitted this bank extract, I wanted to understand where and how will I identify the transactions that he was talking about. And as he pointed out, I would tick some of those transactions that he mentioned.
And so am I correct in saying that the bank statement was presented to you by Mr. Asif Muhammad?
That is correct.
He then pointed out certain transactions to you relating to deposits made in favor of Mr. Beluchan.
That is correct.
And the markings we see on the statement are markings by you based on the conversation with Mr. Asif Muhammad.
That's correct, Commissioners. Some are highlighted and some are just marked by a pen.
And witness N, having been placed in possession of the WhatsApps and the bank statements, what complaint or what was Mr. Asif Muhammad communicating, what point was he making to you by providing you with the WhatsApp extracts as well as the bank transactions?
He was explaining the kind of abuse that he is faced, as well as the extortion. So with me asking for the proof for him to submit in order to gather the evidence, this was indeed concluded to amount to criminal activities.
And perhaps for clarification, what did you understand the purpose of these payments to have been? You've taken us through them in some detail and provided the statements in their totality, but what did Mr. Asif Muhammad tell you was the purpose of these payments?
Some commissioners of the payments are that of rent, and then the other transactions are that when he says he had borrowed a certain amount of money from Mr. Sunil Belicham, and he would charge an interest. But the interest here shows to have been paid exorbitantly. It does not amount or equate to, if you do the calculation, it becomes more than that. So